All right, our Kennedy Mureithi, I understand, is already there with ANC's Mudavadi. Let's get that before we come back to studio.
ANC party leader who even we've seen a clip and condolences on losing your mother. And today is that day that you're here, and you being here, having missed other functions and this being a national function, you must have a bit of expectations. What are these expectations that you have as a national leader, and what is it that you would really want the president to address?
No, I cannot preempt his speech, but what is significant, this is the final Jamhuri Day he's addressing constitutionally, because his term will be ending in August next year. So I think he'll give us, maybe he'll give us an account of his journey during the last 8 years, and his hopes and prayers for the future. I think that is what he's likely to be dwelling on.
Well, you're angling also to be president of this country, and this being a national function, if you are the next person who's going to be sitting there being waited on by most of these Kenyans, what is it that you would want to address as president?
I think I'll go back to my pet subject. I think what Kenyans would like to see is a robust economy, an economy that works for all, an economy that is generating both wealth and jobs for the people of Kenya, and an economy that is not being held back by corruption. I think this is what Kenyans would like to see.
Well, in the State of the Nation, that is one thing that the president is actually being accused as not having touched on, the issue of corruption. If he wants to touch on it today, and you being one of those proponents of an economic shift, what is it that you'd really want to hear in terms of stronger statements coming from the president, noting that this is his last function?
That would be purely speculative. On that one, I say, let us hear his speech.
But I know you are also angling to be president, and there are issues that you'd really want to see addressed in corruption.
I've already said that we want a stable economy, an economy that works for all, an economy that generates wealth and jobs for the people of Kenya, and an economy that is not being held back by corrupt activities. So by extension, we want institutions to work, we want our public officers to work, we want all Kenyans to be patriotic, so that we can have a Kenya that we can all be proud of.
Well, we are heading into an electioneering period, and this is very important, and even the messaging that comes from you politicians, more so those who have declared interest in the presidency, is very important. What is it that this message you really want to go out to Kenyans?
It's important in order to continue anchoring the stability of this country, we must always have free and fair elections. The will of the people of Kenya must never ever be subverted. And therefore, I can only encourage that all those institutions that have a role to play in ensuring free and fair elections must do so. Secondly, even we as citizens must also play our part and ensure that we are going through a peaceful campaign process, peaceful democratic process, so that not a single drop of blood of any Kenyan is shed at any one time. Thank you.
An invitation.
Kenyans are happy Jamhuri Day.
Well, also an invitation was extended to you to be part of Azimio la Umoja.
Water under the bridge. Let us look at what comes today.
But also an extension has been made probably to create a bigger coalition. I don't know whether that invitation has been...
We are now going into speculation. All right? We've already talked about our desire to create the One Kenya Alliance, isn't it? That's the only one that I know of.
Is One Kenya Alliance looking to create more alliances with other people?
We are going to talk to other people. And you saw us talking to the Mount Kenya Unity Forum about 3 weeks ago. So we'll continue to talk to other Kenyans.
Yeah, some members of the One Kenya Alliance have also indicated probably of forming a bigger alliance with Raila. Are you probably one of...
Why don't you ask each of us individually?
That's why I'm asking you.
Mine, I've told you.
Well, those are some of the sentiments that are coming from ANC party leader Musalia Mudavadi.